John Harbaugh was asked about Derrick Henry in his amount of preparation going into the season and in between games, and his level of professionalism in general. I'm going to play you the clip and show you exactly what he said in just a second. But before I do that, welcome to Flog Talk, your home for all things Baltimore Ravens football. If you're a Ravens fan and you're new to this channel, take a second, like the video, subscribe. We're trying to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the season. So if you could help me do that, I would genuinely appreciate it. But enough of that. John Harbaugh was asked about Derrick Henry and his preparation and all that goes into just being Derrick Henry. And here's what he had to say.
John, with Derrick Henry, I know you always, in going against him, you were familiar with him, but did you know the extent of kind of what he does to prepare for games and prepare for his body? Did you know that before you met him?
No, I didn't. I mean, I hadn't been around him. You know, I always heard he was a good guy and he worked hard, but to see it firsthand, the level of professionalism from Derrick Henry, it's been great. And it's been really good for our young guys, I think, to see that because, you know, sometimes the best leadership is by example, and he's certainly providing it for those guys.
Now, there's obviously a reason Derrick Henry is as successful as he's been through and had the longevity that he's had. It's very common to see running backs break onto the scene and then taper off. Take, for example, Ezekiel Elliott, who came in as a top 5 pick and had a really great start to his career, and then he just tapered off. And Derrick Henry, just being an absolute outlier, is still leading the NFL in rushing this season. And he's, what is he, in year 8, year 9? Absolutely incredible for a guy that, is north of 30 at this point with the miles that are on his body and still putting up ridiculous numbers. And we really can just thank Jerry Jones for this, who apparently couldn't cough up the number I keep hearing is $6 million to pay Derrick Henry to go to Dallas. And it sounds like he had interest in going to Dallas because he lives in Dallas in the offseason. So Jerry Jones can just keep trying to fire his radio hosts, and we thank you for letting him slide to Baltimore because he was worth every penny of the $8 million a year that the Ravens are paying him. So obviously, super thrilled to have Derrick Henry, and just seeing the impact that he has week to week and how much tread he still has on the tires. We keep hearing he spends $250,000 a year on his body, but that is paid off through, having the long career and the earnings that he's made, and the impact he still has for teams is just wild. And just being the outlier that he is, like it takes a 1% athlete, top 1%, to even reach the NFL. But then to be a superstar for this long at this level is just a fraction of that percent. And that is exactly what Derrick Henry is. So obviously, super thrilled to have him. I think he absolutely is making a massive difference on this offense when you look at how defenses are scheming to stop them now and what that's opening up for Lamar Jackson and these receivers and everything else that this offense wants to do in this Todd Monken system. That's all I got for this video. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget, like the video, leave a comment down below, subscribe if you're new. All we do is talk about your Baltimore Ravens. Appreciate you tuning in, and I will see you all in the next video. Go Ravens.